Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. What a party, guys. Oh. What a day. Guys, what a day. It was a blast. Just seeing everyone coming here celebrating the open house and meeting a lot of nice people. And boy, did they do a lot of work too. But man, for me, I just conked out. I was just sitting here with my favorite beverage, reminiscing about the day. Just come on with me, and I'm going to show you everything that we've done this way. We had a very big turnout, guys. So it's kind of hard for us to calculate just how many people came. We had a registry and it had 150 people signed it, but we know for a fact that there was a ton of people that didn't sign the registry. I spoke with our food vendor. He estimated 400. I don't know if there was that many. I think we were seriously close to around 300 people because we were here all day long. And man, there was a mad rush at the very beginning. But there was people coming and going all day long, and I know that we gave away a lot of stuff, you know? So that is, if you ask me a firm total, man, I'm serious. I don't think anyone here would say that, you know, between 250 to 300 people, I think that's a very reasonable estimate. It was a big deal. It has been very rainy since you guys left. And I just wanted to share something with you guys. I was just showered with gifts and I wasn't expecting this. And it was just touching on the response that you guys had. And I just wanted to share some of these things with you guys. I have them under the roof because what the heck, it's raining. Let me turn this around. So here you go. The very first thing, our one subscriber, Mark, who lives very close, he made this cutting board and gave it to us. Look at this thing. It's just smooth as glass. What a great woodworker, huh? Mark, thanks a lot, bud. And I had a number of hats. A gentleman from Tennessee gave me a hat and a shirt from his hometown that he wanted to share. I was walking out in the parking lot and he introduced himself, and that was really nice. I'm gonna have to go visit that place. Another gentleman had a touching story that he shared. So my dad grew up in West Virginia and moved to Ohio, and his dad grew up in Ohio and moved to West Virginia. I think that was it, but his dad was in the tree service industry. And so the gentleman bought me this hat to commemorate my dad, which played a large role in getting this business up and running. There was a number of people, I think this was Cody, donated Dr. Pepper, and that is always a welcome sight. This gentleman donated the Dr. Pepper and the cooler. I said, "Are you serious, man?" The very first, when we were here on Friday, we were moving in a rainstorm, and a gentleman up the road, he's a very nice man, very nice family, name's Bill. He brought us a big tray of cookies, man, those macadamia nuts and chocolate chips. They were awesome. Thanks a lot, Bill. But then he also came on the day of the open house. He donated a bottle of beverage and a very nice card celebrating the day, and that was real nice. The lady that does my t-shirts, Linda, so when I was in her store, I saw these candy cigars, and it took me back. When I was in Cub Scouts, I won a foot race. I don't think that would happen today, but whatever. And the reward I got was that gum cigar. And the moment I saw it, it took me back. So she had brought up a case of candy cigars. And her team also went as far as to make some Employee of the Month stickers. That was really cool. Maybe we can get those put up for sale on her store site. That's where she's selling her t-shirts. I think that would be a nice thing to add to that site. Let's see what else. A local guy too donated his company hat, BAM Landscaping, so thanks so much for that. This was donated, this was a gift from Larry and Robin, and their channel is Outdoors with Larry and Robin. They also came up, they're from Virginia. They also came up from Virginia to my lunch last year. And there's their sign from your friends at Outdoors with Larry and Robin. And wow, what a nice gift. And they put on our grand opening, April 29th. Family, friends, firewood. That's awesome. So I'm going to be flying to Maine in a couple weeks, and this is going to be my carry-on luggage, guys. I'll keep this forever. Thanks so much. I had another gentleman who brought a handwritten congratulations, but he was telling me about this wood, and it does have a very distinctive odor to it. He calls this Empress Splendor. It's also known as the Tree of Heaven. Maybe this would be a good smoking wood. I don't know. If anyone else has experience, it smells like chocolate almost. If anyone else has experience with this, I want you to leave that in the comments, and maybe we can learn something here. Black Rose Firewood donated a designer bag with inside Dr. Pepper Peeps. I love it. One that I thought I was very touched by. This gentleman donated a box, and he put in a lot of our day-to-day on the cover of it. But inside is bundle grade seasoned cherry firewood, and I just thought this was touching because, you know, when you're sharing your life with others, and in this case here, his firewood that he's proud of. And we had a subscriber donate this beverage. I think this came from his area, Dr. Enough. And I think there were others that he had said, you know, let's start giving them away. And then I also had a gentleman, he was concerned about my chains, you know, on the cleaner and on the live deck. And he brought a case of this stuff. He said this is the best stuff for chains that he had ever seen. And he wanted me to try it out. So really, really appreciate this. And then some other cool stuff, guys. A person gave me a vintage book produced by the Steel Chainsaws, and it has about, you know, how to make firewood and how to season it. And this looks to be like from the late 60s maybe, just from the way that this has been produced. I think this is really nice. And then really cool, some of you have picked up my love of history. There was a local gentleman from across the lake, and he has a dictated letter from a relative of his who rode with General Custer. And this was a letter that he wrote after the Battle of Little Bighorn. He wrote it to his brother back here in Ohio. And it's just fascinating history. But there was someone that took the time to make this copy and to bring it out here on a questionably wet day and shared it with me. And guys, I am just blown away by you guys and how you just treated this day and how you just embraced this whole situation. And then there is this, guys. There was a gentleman, his name's Jeff. He came all the way up here from Arlington, Virginia. He also lives in Delaware. And on Friday, the wind was whipping. We had the gates closed because they were flapping around. I was afraid they would rip off the hinges. So we had them chained shut. This gentleman jumps over the brick wall, introduces himself, and he was such a nice man. I felt bad, but he said that, you know, he's got a bad back, but he did well enough to get over that wall. And he says, Joe, he says, I brought you a canopy just in case you have some rain. Let's go ahead and get this put up, which we put up. And it was brand new. We just, you know, we had to put the canopy on the framework. And he says, I'm giving this to you. And I says, no. He says, I'm serious. This is my gift to you. So Jeff, thanks so much. And this is going to be kept here at the yard. We'll be putting this up when we're unloading the truck. Talk about all of the nice people here. My good friend Marlon, who lives down in Hebron, Ohio, which is near Columbus. He came with his wife and spent a long time out here. He was also at our lunch last summer up at Mission Barbecue. And it was just nice to see him. A lot of familiar faces that I had met, at the lunch. And then also with all your comments here on the channel. Guys, it was just a very nice day. A lot of you have been asking, and here you go. Mama killdeer still is sitting on her eggs. And she wants to thank everyone for not stepping on her nest. So we had run the Japa on and off during the day. And this is the Firewood, and I'm gonna say the guys and gals who did this stacking, they stacked it like a boss. Holy cow, that looks great. Straight. This will not be tipping over. That is awesome. I never really got a chance to calculate how much wood we made, and to me it's not important. I think the important thing is that we were all together. We were able to celebrate Firewood and our mutual interest, right? Part of me, I felt super guilty because I wanted to get in there and go to town with you guys. That's what I do. But, I also had to host and entertain. But during all that, my heart was with you guys because there was a lot of activity down here in the corner. We had my Eastonmade axis. Adam from Hometown Acres had his. Our friend Steve from Stark County, Ohio, brought out his Built Right splitter, and that was impressive splitter, man. But gosh, these guys worked, and I would go down there and check in on them, and I mean, they were sweating, and this was a nice, cool day. I remember down there talking how I wish I could get down there and help them, and they were like, no, bud, this is your open house. You take care of what you need to do. We are all having fun down here. This load was all of those logs from Log Hauler Jesse. I filmed Jesse when he came to pick up these big logs that were left on my land because they were too big to fit through the Japa. So it's going to be out of sequence, but I want to put that video up. I think it's just important for closure, show you guys how the yard got shut down and how we got those last logs moved out of there. But these were all bucked. They were very careful at 16 inches. And then from there, the production area, Jesse's truck was here. He would lay the logs here. They got bucked, and then they were sent to the splitter. We had 1, 2, 3 splitters, and then in all the wood went. So let's take a look at their quality work here, guys. So we still got a lot of stacking to do. Of course, I'll get this knocked out when the rain stops. But the wood's neatly stacked. I don't know. To do some serious thinking on the quantities here, but again, I don't think that's important to me, guys. I think what was important is that we were all together, we enjoyed ourselves, and it was a celebration. And here's the leftovers from the pile from Steve from Stark County. Boy, is that guy a worker, man. My next job, and probably the first thing I'm going to do once the rain stops, is I'm getting this taken care of. I'm going to just get all this splitting done. All of the uglies will go to my woodshed. All of the offcuts will go to my woodshed. I'll just get everything split and stacked and get all of this cleaned up. I think for a wood yard, guys, the one thing that I do not want in a wood yard is this as its baseline. This wood yard, I want it to be neat. I want it to be clean, kind of like the opposite from where I came from. My inability to keep some things clean there wasn't necessarily based on a lack of desire. It was just the reality of the time with getting all that extra work done and my inability to get my tractor out to where I needed it to be to get some stuff cleaned up. So I think job one, I want to start getting all of these rounds taken care of and just get these stacked, and then I'm going to get busy with the Japa. And I also too believe with the presentation of the wood yard, I'm probably going to put up a sign that says not open to the public, and that's going to be up there at first because, you know, it's just me. If I'm out on deliveries, there's no one going to be here. And you know my opinion about local pickup. You know, that's not where the money is. That's not how I'm going to be able to make a living doing this. I need to keep this yard tidy and presentable because that sends a message to would-be customers if and when that day comes. When a place is a train wreck, when a place looks terrible, that affects the perception of the customer, and that doesn't allow you to command that higher price. And during the day, I kept getting a lot of comments, guys. And it was like, Joe, this is a blast, man. We need to do this again. And it was just in the back of my head, you know what? Maybe so. This is a lot of fun. Maybe we can just do it exactly the same way again, or maybe we could expand this to have more participation from more manufacturers. Who knows? But then it wasn't until the owner, I ran into him the next day. I came out here, guys, to clean up, you know, figuring that there's probably some pop cans and litter left behind. Guys, I went out into the parking lot and it was just like there was no one ever here. That's how clean it was. And I think that just speaks to the character of everyone in the Firewood community on YouTube. Holy cow. I was just blown away by everything. But the owner brings it up, you know, because I'm sensitive to his property here, and I don't want to inconvenience him or get him concerned about all the people that, you know, that were showing up here. He had a blast, man. He was loving this, as did I. So that is, I'm not promising anything. However, let's put that on our list of things to explore about having a annual Firewood celebration here in Cortland, Ohio, because I don't know, guys, you know, in the springtime, maybe we're onto something here. And this could be the site of a new venue to celebrate Firewood and all of these awesome machines, like the big red machine right here, our Eastonmade log splitter down there. Guys, I'm loving it. So that's it, guys. The follow-up of Open House 2023. I want to thank everyone for coming. Both me and Mama Killdeer and my family, my wife, my daughters, my sister, my in-laws, my nieces and nephews, my good friends Leroy and Frank and Brad, my cousin Norma, who all helped out. And a special shout out to my aunt. She is 93 and 2/3 year old, and she came out here and walked from the parking lot in to hang out with us, and then she walked on her way out too. A very nice lady, and everyone, you know, just use this as an opportunity to get together for the family as well. So I want to thank everyone for what you've done, for making this a success, and for making me the proudest firewood delivery service in the world. I'm serious, guys. I hope everyone has a great day.